Hello everybody, welcome to my review of the most recent X-Wing set. Released in 2021, if I remember correctly, this set was $50, and, well, yeah, that's what it base retailed for. It was easily comparable to the most recent TIE fighter, released for $40, and released in the same year. Now, there is also another smaller scale ship, one whose name I'm technically not allowed to say anymore, but I think you all know what I mean. The Boba Fett starship. Anyways, so let's get right on in the review. We'll start with the minifigs, and then we'll go into the build. So, let's get started, shall we? We'll go from least favorite to favorite minifigs in the set. R2-D2. Not that he's a bad character or minifig, it's just that we've kept getting R2-D2 for how long now? And it's the same R2 we've gotten practically every year, except for the trash compactor where he actually came with back printing for the first and only time. Now, the one thing I managed to keep finding in R2-D2s is they're never going to get the freaking printing right on the head of the R2-D2 unit. They're never going to get that right. It's just physically impossible for LEGO to get that right one time. Anyways, moving along. Pilot Luke. Literally just the same figure we've gotten for the past... Oh, I don't know how many times Luke Skywalker has been featured in a set. But it's the newer style head with the visor raised head printing, as you can see. Just focus on the face here. Yeah, it's the same style, and he's also using the newer kind of like frosty blue blade. But again, it's the same Pilot Luke we got in the that AT-AT, because he wasn't featured in the UCS one, as far as I remember. So we have a Pilot Luke. Moving on, we have a Leia Organa with the dress piece. This version of Leia being exclusive to this set and the Tantive 4, or the Tantive 4, because she has the dress piece in terms of 4 legs. Now she also has a double-sided head, one with a smirk, and one with less of a smirk, I guess. The kind of like angry face. But yeah. Overall, they could have done better with her head print, honestly, but the rest of the figure is beautiful. They nailed the rest of the figure. Moving along. General Dodana. Yeah, because General Dodana. The only, obviously, his torso printing and leg printing is beautiful, all the way useful. You could create some awesome rebel generals with this, but I don't really understand his inclusion in the set because he wasn't exactly a big character in the movie. The way I can remember him, and by the way, yes, he does have a double-sided face with a more calm expression, but I think I got a slight misprint because he's slightly looking off to your left. That's fine, though. I do like the chrome blaster that he comes with. That's nice. But yeah, you could create some awesome rebel generals with this torso and print right here. And it's also just a really good print. I'm also glad to finally have the Doc Brown hairpiece in my collection, so if I wanted to do a Back to the Future thing, I could probably mix around some figures and do that. Anyways, on to the main build of the set, which is the X-Wing. So, in typical X-Wing fashion, there's actually not a lot of features here. It's mostly standard stuff. Like you can open the S foils into attack position. The cool thing is, though, when you set the X-Wing down, it automatically goes into a landed position, which is beautiful. I love that feature. I think it was the same way with the most recent 2018 X-Wing, the other Red 5 that we got recently. And I think it was the same with Poe Damerons and all that stuff. The blue and orange one, I mean. Obviously, there is a compartment for R2-D2 right there, so you can have him be in there. And of course, again, in typical X-Wing fashion, there's always going to be a pilot seat for your Luke Skywalker or whoever decides to pilot said X-Wing. The only complaint I really have is he is leaning down way too lowly to actually like see anything or do anything normal. That's fine. It's just a complaint that I have with the model. And speaking of complaints, I actually do have quite the few. First of all, this landing gear is movable, but it doesn't retract, which is my least favorite part about this specific landing gear and the landing gear on the wings down here. Oh, forgot to mention there are spring-loaded missiles on the wings, specifically just the bottom ones. It's actually a better angle of the landing gear right there. And also, I don't understand why they couldn't detail up this right here. Like maybe, just like some tile or something. And I don't understand the use of multiple massive stickers on the top wings here. The bottom wings look okay. They're just a little plain. Now for the good things about the set. It actually is a really nice model to just swoosh around. It has very high swooshability. The S-foil feature is easily activated, so you can pew down some TIE fighters easy enough. The landing mechanism, where you can bring the wings in when you land, that's my favorite part about the set, because it's just so simple, so easy to do, and it looks really neat. Other than that, I don't really have anything else, except for, in terms of complaints, I would have liked to have seen the rest of the front be completed in with more slope, because the top of the head of the X-Wing looks great. It looks awesome. The bottom of the head, however, it doesn't work at all. And I also wish for there to be foldable landing gear, at least, so we either foldable landing gear or collapsible landing gear on all wings and fronts. So this way, this one, because I think in the 2018, the front wing, front landing gear could actually collapse into the underbelly of the nose. So that'd be a really cool feature to see brought back. And then these little landing gears right here, I wish I could see them like either fold into or collapse into the engine sections. Other than that, I don't really have any other complaints about this set, except for where in the ever-loving God am I going to store Luke's lightsaber? Because I've just been shoving the pieces in the cockpit, but where am I supposed to put this thing? Where? And why? Yes, that was a rip-off of what triggers like a Star Wars fans. But all in all, really great set. I'm really happy to own it, so that way I can complete the duo of the most iconic fighter duo in practically all of cinema history. Ignore that, that's a spoiler. And that up there too, ignore that. But yeah, the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing, I'm really happy to have these in my collection so I can complete, as I said, probably the most iconic fighter duo in all of cinema history. And it's really awesome to see that Lego is dummying down, or was dummying down, all of these ships to be more affordable for us people who can't exactly buy a lot of Lego. Anyways, that's been my review of the 2021, I believe, X-Wing, released for $50 in retail price. And yeah, that's going to be it. May the Force be with you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.